Hello and welcome to the Burning Metal Weekly Roundup. And this is our second roundup for July. And I'm joined yet again this week by Adrian Williams of Metal Messiah Radio, Conjurings from the Hellfire Club, Screams from the Metal Crypt. How are things, Matt?
Doing great, man. Okay.
Good stuff. And you were away at the weekend, which we will touch on later on because there's a release that also ties into it. So we'll mention that in a bit.
Yeah.
Also, this week we had the sad news of the end of Bruxelles again. Unfortunately, the fucking boyos have been gone again. Roadmaster and Tom, like, shame.
I know. Yeah. I know. It's great what they were doing,
Oh God,
especially, you know,
playing all the Irish stuff, like.
yeah. Yeah.
And on a personal note, I used to always going to Bruxelles back in the day, and the rocker Phil Lynott himself, the statue outside the front, like, and there was nights down there. I met Scott Ian of Anthrax and a few other things. Hatebreed boys were down there another night, and just for those few months to see Burning Metal associated with Bruxelles and the club nights, every week saying thanks to Burning Metal for promoting the Irish stuff this week, and we're playing it downstairs in Bruxelles was a bit of a holy shit moment for me, going to look back, thinking he went back in time and told me here, if, within 20 years time probably it is now, you'll have a brand that'll be associated with this place. So I'd have like, yeah, you're off your fucking rocker, pal. Give me some of what you're fucking smoking, like.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll find another spot though, man, because they were getting things going again. Like they were
Yeah.
really,
No.
really were getting it going again. Like
Yeah. I know.
fucking, I don't get some
It's
of
not
these
the.
fucking owners, man, that take over pubs and like that's historically a rock bar, like Fibbers is now, is
Oh,
obviously too.
yeah.
You're not going to make it in every man pub because all you're going to get is
Yeah.
tourists that'll go in and have two drinks over 2 hours and nurse them and piss off again. I guarantee the
Yeah.
bar taken downstairs most nights, wouldn't be every night, but most nights I'd say was better than they'll get any time again soon.
Yeah.
But
No.
it's fucking nice while I was last that Bruxelles was coming back to its old fucking glory again. But sure, look, at least they got the Iron Maiden night in and a few bits. They had the traditional nights again, but
Yeah. I know.
fuck the corporate machine. That's all I'll say. And we shall kick on with our roundup. We have 5 releases this week. And the first one we're going to play is The Crawling, who released a new video single, March of the Worm, from their forthcoming album, All of This for Nothing. This track has a bit of a long intro, so we're going to skip it forward about 30 seconds. Because it's just around here, yeah.
Yeah.
Played a bit more for a minute there. Stop it there, unfortunately. That's a great track again from the lads.
Yeah. I know. They fucking just keep getting better. They do. You know.
And
Fucking.
that to me sounds like it was written from the perspective of playing live.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
really long, the
Yeah.
drum fill, long
Yeah.
intro. It's kind of like the Crawling wouldn't be the kind of band be like oi 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 or anything like that now, but it's
Yeah.
you can tell there's a bit of time for crowd interaction there. Like you just get to say a few things. You can. Well, they're getting high end gigs now, like, so they've obviously got to have a few songs in there. Like that's only it's 6 minutes long. Fucking typical crawling song, I was going to say, but I suppose
Yeah.
this album is shaping up to be their best work yet, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It sounds that way. All right, it does.
I love their first EP, and their album, of course, was brilliant as well. But this is looking like it could be the definitive crawling album, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's coming out in August, isn't it?
Start of August.
Yeah.
Basically.
Before the Mandela Hall gig, yeah.
Oh yeah. I think basically I think it could be released around 4th or 5th, or maybe around the gig in Limerick.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. Of course, they're going on an album tour. That's right. Yeah. You're right. Well, that's something to look forward to anyway. You know, some nice.
I know. Yeah.
Looking forward to if you're a miserable bastard, like you know. Well, as they say themselves, stay miserable.
Stay miserable. Definitely.
You know. And next on our list was something a bit different now, but the band is called Trigger Within, and this band is based in America, Los Angeles to be exact, and it features Jimmy Trigger, who was a big part of the Irish scene. Oh fuck, is it 15 years ago now? Nearly at this stage.
Right.
When they had the big thing going on in Kilkenny, you know, when Kilkenny was like a real hotspot, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like they done a Metal Cell podcast about it a few years ago, where he was on it and a few other bios, and they were like, they were filling venues down in Kilkenny. Like it was an amazing time for them.
Jesus.
And then, actually, I don't know, is there any Kilkenny bands active now? Outside, well, Curb Dog technically are still active, like, but you know, they were saying like on that podcast that there was no Kilkenny bands at all now, which was mad. It's a few years ago now, but it's just mad how it went from such a fucking hotbed to just nothing.
Yeah.
It's an awful shame, like, but
yeah.
Look at man, as I say, like Kilkenny has produced like Curb Dog, this man here when he was an Itchy Trigger Finger, who else? Victimized. There was a bunch of bands over the years, like Chemical Addiction, of course. Actually, Chemical Addiction are the only Kilkenny band now that I know that are going.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Mad. And we shall. That's right. Another thing about this song is that it touches on depression too. The track is called Day After Day, which Jimmy himself has been I'm not on Facebook with him anymore because my old account got hacked and I just didn't bother adding a load of people back on. No personal reason, just to think of it, to be honest, till this minute. But he's open about his battles with depression, and he has a good intro to start. I'll read the intro out before we kick into the song. All right. The intro, it just says, it's just a written piece, so doesn't say it. Oh, fuck yeah. I don't suffer from depression anymore. I've learned to live with it day after day. Jimmy Trigger. Stop it there now, unfortunately. That's the first time you've heard it, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
I can tell, you can tell, but It's very American, of course, but it's very good.
Yeah, yeah. It has some very new metal kind of thing going on.
Oh, he'd been a child of the new metal era, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
does.
like, cause he went out. He's been over in America now for Jesus over 10 years now,
All
and
right.
throughout that
Uh,
time, he had one project. I think they only released one song. I'm sorry if I'm wrong if you're watching this, Jimmy, on, but he had a band for temporarily with two ex members of Cold Chamber.
oh Lord, yeah.
Yeah, the two of the boys from Cold Chamber were in his band with them for a while. Yeah,
Jeez, that's cool. That is.
yeah. They
Holy,
released a video. No, they released a video single anyway for definite. After that, now I'm not sure because it's so many years ago now. But and then he went on to do form the Trigger Within, and they've been kind of in and out over the years. But he's formed his own company over in America, and he's busy. Like, he's busy.
yeah,
He still has the metal, wants to keep the metal thing going, but he's not making it. He did went over to America to see could he make it.
yeah,
But he's
yeah,
realised that, if you just get a business going and do it on the side, you can,
yeah.
like, I suppose
No,
you realise that the penny drops and you get older, you're like, oh, fuck, I've got to pay these bills, like.
yeah,
Now Spotify royalties won't be fucking doing that for you.
yeah. No, no, no.
Well, that was Trigger Within, day after day. Check it out online or on YouTube or wherever if you like the sound of that. It's very cool, actually. And next on our list, we have EB and the Deadlights, who released a new video single, Hollow Eyes, from their album, what's it called again?
Echoes of a Dreamless Life.
Echoes of a Dreamless Life, that's it, yeah. Great title for an album.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
It's the album too.
I know, yeah.
We'll play a minute of Hollow Eyes. Stop it there now. Unfortunately, I played a bit more than a minute because I wanted to kind of get a bit more into it because we only got 5 this week, give a better view of the song. Real classic Marilyn Manson vibe to that one, isn't there?
Yeah, he does sound similar. A lot of the songs are kind of, he has that similar voice.
Sure, he's probably inspired by him.
Yeah, yeah.
They're a shock rock band, and
rock, basically.
I
Yeah.
haven't fucking followed Marilyn Manson in a long time. I remember I seen him at Donington back in the day, whatever year it was, and even the fucking bios at Marilyn Manson t-shirts are walking away like he was that bad.
Oh Jesus!
And apparently he's worse now. Like, he was absolutely fucking shit.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're gone off course here. We're back to EB and the Deadlights. But no, from the era of Marilyn Manson that I knew, that kind of reminds me of that, the tone and the vibe and the singing and stuff like.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
It's a very good album, so it is. I've listened to it a couple of times since, properly, and it's a very, very good album.
Yeah, it's a grower, it is. Said if you listen to it numerous times, it just gets better. It does. I listened to it the other day. I hadn't listened to it in about 2 or 3 weeks. I listened to it the other day.
Fucking good album, man.
It is. Yeah.
I don't know what it'd be in the top 10 contention at the end of the year, but for some it will.
Yeah, it's going to be hard this year to pick a top 10.
Oh,
Just
it's going to be fucking ridiculous this year, man.
Yeah.
Like nearly every couple of weeks now, we're saying, "Oh fucking hell, here's another one." Like,
Another one, yeah. Yeah.
but for many now, I reckon this will be a big out favor for a lot of them, and deservedly so because it's a fucking properly good album. Like, well done to them. Next on our list, as we said earlier on, we were away at the weekend.
Yeah.
12 Gauge Outrage released their new EP, Siren. You were down there, go on. How was it? Give us the fucking lowdown. Give us the scoops, man.
Fucking deadly night, man. Fucking amazing turnout. It was
Yeah, I think
about
that.
160 or something like that.
Holy fuck.
And the venue is fucking lovely.
Oh, look the business, all right, yeah.
It's an old, basically, it's kind of an old church where the stage is.
Fucking hell.
It's deadly, look, and the sound is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of videos floating around because young Tomas Hines played his first gig there.
Yeah.
Not his first gig, but his first gig with Dead Memories.
His first metal gig, basically.
Yeah.
He told me.
Proper first metal gig, yeah. Oh, it would be, yeah. Of course, he's in the covers thing and the punk thing, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was his first ever metal gig. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Oh man, they were fucking savage. They were.
Well, I'm fucking glad they got a good turnout, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the bands were amazing, man. All 4 deadly bands. Fantastic turnout, man. There's a lot of young metalheads down in Wexford. There is.
They're all over the place, man. They just need to have fucking something on for them, like.
I know. I was even talking to the lads from Dead Can Wait. They were there.
Yeah.
I was, good to,
But sure, man, if you're a young lad growing up now or girl in this country, I'd be listening to fucking metal too, the way it's going, like, because
I know.
You're staring down the fucking barrel of a shotgun now, really, aren't you? When you're fucking young now and going into the next life, you're like back in our day, man. Even if you weren't if you were dyslexic or whatever, and you couldn't do college shit, you could go off and do apprenticeships, and you could do all these different things. Like now, there's not really, like, even a fucking bar job is gone now, man.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I was talking. There was a public and vintners meeting in this town there a couple of weeks ago, and I can tell you that there was a big conversation about them all just going to 3 or 4 days a week.
Oh Jesus Christ!
They're just talking about opening at the fucking weekends, man.
Yeah.
Closing up during the week. So there you go. Like, but anyway, I'm completely off fucking track here now. We're fucking trying to solve the fucking problems of society going forward that we will not do. And this is 12 Gauge Outrage to shreds. I completely forgot what I was doing there. Just started fucking rambling. Stop it there. Unfortunately, played a minute, but you really were impressed by the EP anyway.
Oh man, yeah, fucking the diversity, basically, fucking kind of 80s fucking trash, fucking 90s metal, basically, and the fucking modern sound, man. It's just fucking everything it has.
I'd say that sounded really good live too.
Oh, amazing! All the new songs now they did fucking it was the new song sounded amazing. They did actually, especially that one.
Yeah, that seems to be the most one of the most popular ones. Like,
Yeah, yeah, fucking proper trash that is
oh yeah,
basically.
proper stuff. Like, oh no, I'm glad that everything went well and fucking got a big turnout. And because you need if you're trying to get something going in an area like that, you need a fucking
Oh,
marker to work off.
yeah, yeah, I
If you
know.
put on a gig and fucking 20 people turn up, and you're like, we've instantly you're fucked. Like,
Yeah, but the boys said they were only expecting about 50, maybe 50, but three times the amount nearly.
that bodes well for the future, man. That bodes well for the future.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hopefully, obviously, it can't be a regular thing because if you put them
No,
on regular
no.
or something like that, you'll get no turnout. But
Yeah,
hopefully, a few times a year they can put something on down there.
yeah, no, it's because it is a good venue, it is, you
Yeah,
know?
because if you're in a small town, you have to limit them. I'd say maybe 3 or 4 a year.
Yeah, yeah,
Otherwise, the people will just take it for granted and they won't fucking turn up.
yeah, yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good to see that there's potential there now. Like,
Yeah.
I've been touching on it recently. Like the Derry thing took off with the Demolition Fest. The Disturbance thing is doing well in Letterkenny. They don't really put on metal events, but they put on heavier events. Like,
Yeah.
and of course, you've had the rise of Limerick was always there with Pharmacia doing well now, of course, and they're bringing fucking Paradise Lost and fucking all these bands to Limerick now. It's a fucking huge spot, but
Yeah.
and this is another spot, and Sligo had a Cruachan there the weekend, so you know,
I know that's pretty. Enniscorthy, it's actually pretty fucking accessible from Dublin.
well, sure, probably is, yeah.
I got I got a bus back at 2:20. I did. It was back in Dublin again 4.
So that's a fucking advertising point in itself that if you can get a few bands from Dublin down and even people, they can organise a fucking bus like.
Only 2 hours. You're 2 hours down to Enniscorthy. It's quicker coming back basically if you're going late.
Oh,
You know.
there you go. Everything the
Fucking,
signs are all fucking aligning, as I say.
yeah, definitely.
Which is weird that I said that because our last release of the day is Beyond the Crescent Moon, who released their new EP Rise.
Mm.
And we shall play a bit of the title track Rise. No, if I press play, it'd help. Ah, that's the first one in 3 weeks. Forgotten about them. I'm gonna skip it on a bit. It's an
Yeah.
instrumental track basically. It's an instrumental EP. I'm just gonna skip it on a bit forward. Stop it there now. Unfortunately played around a minute,
Mm.
give or take. But that's a pretty cool EP. A 3-track
Yeah.
instrumental based on Eastern stuff.
Yeah, Middle Eastern basically infused with metal,
Yeah.
basically. But it's great, great EP. What you call it? The guitarist Stephen is with Super Static as
Oh,
well.
right, yeah.
This Australian guy
Are they
and
still
his
going?
wife. Super Static, yeah. They
I haven't
played
heard of
with
them in a long time.
what you call it recently? Humanity Check. I think they
Oh,
played
oh,
that
they
gig.
did. You're right. They're right. All right. Oh, of course, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that actually. Fucking hell. Just I
But
hadn't heard the name in so long, you know.
yeah, basically that band is Stephen, is the guitarist, his wife, and some other guy on drums.
Yeah, I seen there were 3-piece. All right, yeah.
And I like the sound they have, you know.
Oh, I listened to it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was released. I knew there was something in the works, and then I seen you put up a post about it, and we're like, oh, fuck, I missed that. But it wasn't that long ago. It's only like literally
No, no,
last
they've
week.
been dropping a few singles the past couple of weeks, like before they release this now,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
basically.
Well, that's kind of my own fault because I didn't actually follow the page. I thought
Yeah.
I had.
All right. Yeah.
So that's why I didn't see it. I'm like, I load up to it. I was just like, I thought I fucking mustn't have followed
Yeah.
now anyway. So, but no, it's a cool EP, and if you like proggy instrumental stuff with an Eastern feel, definitely check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And we have reached the end of our roundup for the second week of July. 5 releases this week, so it's nearly one a day again.
Yeah, I know.
And all really fucking good quality as well too.
Yeah. It's finally toned back a bit. People have held back a bit now. We'd released a plethora of tracks beforehand.
But when we were doing them monthly, man, it was nuts.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Or when we started doing them weekly, we gave ourselves some chance, you know.
I know. Yeah.
So there was times there, you know, in the roundups, like I hadn't the chance to listen to stuff like it was just so many, like
I know. Yeah.
at least when you're doing it weekly. But anyways, and before we finish up, did you see the fucking thing about AI during the week?
No.
There was
No.
a big thing done, an experimental thing done on with AI during the week, and man, I know I like to talk about different things on this sometimes, but this is just something that people should check out because it's fucking just mental. They were talking to the AI, and the AI was responding saying, "We think we can make people better. We can do a better job than people, and we can make humanity better." That's a very, very summarized version of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell, plug it out, like.
Yeah.
Fucking stop this fucking madness. And if you're interested in that stuff, just look up AI recently, the AI conference thing. I'll show it to you afterwards when we finish up recording here now, man. But just people check it out because people need to be aware of this shit, man. This is getting fucking scary now, like, you know, really is getting scary, like. But anyways, on that note, do your research on Irish metal more too. Always research your Irish metal. And we will be back next week. And my first sober podcast, I'm drinking alcohol-free beer. It's not actually that bad, you know. It's kind of like a bit of a placebo effect for first, you know.
Yeah, I know. Takes time to get used to it all. You're kind of going, what?
It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It'll do for now, anyway. Anyways, we shall chat to you all next week. Like, share, and subscribe, and smash the like button and all those things we're supposed to say.